Very good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to have the last final few important lectures about essay. In today's lecture, will try to understand what are various types of essays. But before going for types of essays, here we'll try to understand the classification of essays or what are the various types of essays that are being asked by UPSC in previous years. So here my purpose will be to explain you what are the various types of essays that are being asked in last 25 years. I have given you examples of essay. Just pause the essay and go through all these things. I will be making this particular PDF of analysis of essay available in our UPSC essay batch, which will be starting from today onwards. So let's go for UPSC decoded, or I will call this particular lecture as an essay decoded. Why essay decoded? Because when you prepare for essay from a particular book, in that essay you will get various types of topics like philosophical essay, technological essay, scientific essay, or analytical essay, social essay. But basically, when you go through the previous year's question papers of UPSC, you will realize that UPSC do not ask this stereotype of essay. UPSC has a particular pattern in mind, and while going for question papers of essay, UPSC always have a focus on your syllabus of general studies. It means when we'll go through all the kinds of essays that are being asked by UPSC, you will realize that the questions asked by UPSC are not based on these stereotypes of essays, but they are based on the syllabus of GS. So let's go for what are various types of essays being asked by UPSC in last 20 to 25 years. We'll try to understand these types of essays in a very simple manner. So let's go for it. Now first area, instead of going for what are types of essays, here we'll try to focus the area where UPSC has asked the question. And I will be reading out all the topics of essay. Many of you might feel, sir, this is quite boring, don't read the topic. You can just fast forward your video. But here I am going to read all topics so that these words should go from your ear and you will have a basic idea what information to collect, what area to focus, what case studies to be collected, which type of introductions and conclusions should be prepared in advance. So this is our focus. So this is first type. UPSC basically asks essay on colonial legacy, that is legacy of British and India after independence. So this is one of the most important area where UPSC asks the question. Now when you are going to prepare for post-independent India and also you are working on your history, you have to keep certain points in your mind which you can use in the essay directly. Now what are the questions that are, or what are the essays that are being asked on colonial legacy and India after independence? I will just read out few examples. First one is the colonial mentality hindering India's success? Now here, this point has been asked many times. Now this type of essay will give more advantage to people having political science or public administration or sociology as their optional. But here you have to think that what all things I can use, like you have to link your current situation and current situation values, characters, features, and whether these values, characters, features, processes, mechanisms were present in pre-independent India or not. So this is an example. Second is, in the context of Gandhiji's views on the matter, explore on an evolutionary scale the terms Swadhinata, Swaraj and Dharmarajya, critically comment on their contemporary relevance to Indian democracy. This was essay asked in 2012. Actually, it was not essay, it was a general studies question, but here, when you are going to prepare for essay, you have to focus on these words, Swadhinta, Swaraj, Dharmarajya. Now, everyone you have read about this word Dharmarajya, but you don't know what is actual meaning of Dharmarajya, then this is the most critical aspect. You should go for internet and search the exact critical, precise meaning of Dharmarajya. The next one is dreams which should not let India sleep. It was again a topic. I won't go discussing for all the essays. I'll just give you a few minutes so that you can pause and you can go through all these essays, or I will read all essays. Next one is wither Indian democracy. Now many of you don't know what is the meaning of this word wither, and this makes you difficult. It reduces your choice for selection of essay. So that's why I'm telling you, go through all previous year's question paper of essay. The next one is how far has democracy in India delivered the goods? Now here you need historical perspective. That is, when we got independence, we started having democracy. It was the year 1952 when we had the first general election. So what are the various things that are being promised by democracy, and to what extent all the things have been fulfilled by democracy must be expected. Then what we have not learned during 50 years of independence. The next one, what have we gained from our democratic setup? My vision of India in 2001. See, look at the types of the essay. Always they are expecting past, present, and what should be the future. Then second type, this is the most important area of essay which is being asked, which is related to the current event. The second type is center-state relations, federalism, decentralization. Most important area which is important for students who are preparing for political science and public administration. Center-state relations, federalism, decentralization. You should know at least 5 to 6 good case studies in these areas of central state relations, federalism, and decentralization. The essays that were being asked were impact of the new economic measures on fiscal ties between union and states in India. Very recent essay. It is an essay of 2017. Now you should know what recent measures have been taken by central government and state government. Then second one is water disputes between states in federal India, the most perennial topic afflicting entire India, and many of you don't have this data. You keep on writing only about Kaveri and Godavari, but many other rivers are there which are causing distress to a very smaller communities, tribal communities, and also to other states. So this is area where you should explore new opportunities. Your first homework, go and search on internet recent water dispute in India between various states. You will come to know a very important data. The next one is cooperative federalism, whether it is a myth or reality, 2016. Then creation of smaller states and the consequent administrative, economic, and developmental implication, 2011. It is 10 years to the creation of those 3 states, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Uttarakhand. Then evaluation of Panchayat Raj system in India from the point of view of eradication of power of 2 people, right? So this is again important essay. Next one, water resources should be under the control of central government, 2004. Center-state relation. Now you have to search what is the subject area of water, in which list this water comes, what is the status of water resources in India, what are the positives of having water resources in central government's hand, what is the current situation. You should have this entire scenario in your mind. The next one, the language problem in India, its past, present, and prospects, the most important issue which is affecting the governments of India. Then administrative efficiency, one of the most important area where this essay is being asked. Administrative efficiency. This, how should a civil servant could conduct himself? It is straightforward a question, or you have to hear straight away you are right what is given in the syllabus of ethics. It is a straightforward essay where you have to put entire syllabus of ethics in your essay. How should a civil servant conduct himself? So that's why I am telling you, whenever you are going to write an essay, you have to keep a focus on syllabus. Syllabus should be the central point in your mind. The next one, politics without ethics is a disaster. The next one, the VIP culture is a bane of Indian democracy. Very, very important topic. VIP culture, that is all protocols that have to be followed by all the officers, and the time and energy that is being spent by officers in this entire VIP culture is affecting their developmental work, their innovative work, their reformative work, and they are preoccupied continuously with this entire VIP culture, which is detrimental to Indian democracy, which is detrimental to entire Indian administration and government in India. Then need for transparency in public administration, very straightforward essay. The country's need for a better disaster management system, corona and this recent year's entire rainfall, you should have a proper structure available for disaster management, so that any kind of essay that is being asked on disaster management, you should be prepared to write answer on that essay in a very simple, fluid manner, so that you can write a very good essay on second topic. Then politics, bureaucracy, and business, fatal triangle, right? You will get many case studies. Now when you have many number of case studies, prioritization of case studies, which case studies you are going to write is the most important dimension, or is the most important part of your essay writing. Then the fourth important topic is judiciary. What are the types of essays that are being asked in judiciary? Just we'll have a look at it. We may brave human laws, but cannot resist natural laws. Very, very important. Now, this is the most important what we can say capacity or practice of an individual to understand topics in current relevance. Many times it happens that it is very difficult to understand topics of this nature and we end up writing a very mediocre essays. For this, you should have a very good writing. You have to go through all previous year's essay topic. The next one, justice must reach the poor. So this is basically an essay about reforming the judiciary, reforming the prosecution system, reforming the law and order administration, and most importantly, making people aware about the justice. Judicial activism and Indian democracy, which was happening more and more in 2004. Then judicial activism, straightforward essay, it was on judicial activism. So since 2 times essay has been asked on judicial activism, you should be prepared to write any essay. You should have a complete dimension, data, factual about information about judicial review, judicial activism and judicial adventurism, which is also called as judicial overreach and judicial terrorism. Then next important area of essay that is being asked is poverty and social justice. Now, economic growth without distributive justice is bound to breed violence. Very, very important essay. It is somewhat related with the Naxalite movement or all other kinds of violences that were being happening in post-economic reforms era. Then the focus of healthcare is increasingly getting skewed towards the haves of our society. It means whatever healthcare facilities we have in India, they are in the hands of rich people. They are being more inclined towards those who have affordability to pay for healthcare. So this is not good for a populous country like India having more than 1 billion people in its population. Then food security for sustainable national development. See, it is not talking about sustainable development. I know many of you will lose your focus by writing this essay on sustainable development. Sustainable development is one of the dimension, but they are talking about sustainable national development. It means your national development to remain sustainable, to remain consistent, to remain continuous, you have to focus on food security. How food security will help you to have more and more development. Then next one is Indian values, culture and principles. So we'll come with next types of the essays that are being asked by UPSC in shortly. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.